Hi there, welcome to No Nonsense Whiskey. My name's Vin PF, and on today's episode we've got your favourite and mine, the Whisky In, Whisky Out, and this time it's for the month of October 2024. As always, I'll be putting chapters below so you can skip ahead to the Whisky Ins or the Whisky Outs, depending on what you like in this video, but hopefully you'll join me for the ride nonetheless. And as always, links below to videos that have already been done and videos that are on the way coming soon as well. So yeah, go and check out below for loads of resources, whatnot, Discord and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, let's get straight into it. The first thing then, we're going to have to talk about this one. This is this year's Advent calendar. I get sent one of these every single year, which still surprises me because I've never actually managed to complete an entire December catalogue of these things yet. It always proves a bit too much, but yet they keep coming through. So I'll decide what I do with this a bit later. Maybe you can help me out deciding, do you want me to try again for daily content, or would you prefer me to do something a little bit more condensed? I don't know. You let me know what you think I want to do with this one. This year, though, I decided to go for the Scotch whisky one. This is their kind of, the basic one. It's about 100 quid, 120 quid, something like that. I could have had some of the other ones as well, but I thought this one would be more valuable to you guys, is the truth. So yeah, we'll get into it in December and we'll see what we get. Put that back there. We can all see it. Okay. Now, special stuff. Here is the brand new Loch Lomond 16, part of the Waypoint series. This is called the Falls of Falloch. I'm going to be reviewing this fairly soon, probably this week if you're watching this on time of delivery, output, whatever. It's an interesting dram for sure. I'm not going to go into it too much yet because I want to do my proper review of it. But I'm sure a lot of you will be interested in this, so keep an eye out for that video. Coming very soon indeed. Glasgow, of course, you guys know I'm a massive fan of Glasgow, especially after my last bottling that I did with them, which was superb. Hopefully everyone who wanted one got one. Sorry to people a bit further afield. This is part of a new set of releases from them, very small batch indeed, Masala wine cask. I even got they sent me this, and I got the 2 samples of the other 2 in the little range. Go and check out my review of that because that's already out. They're absolutely fantastic. These guys. Like I keep saying, as a bit of a joke, this Mike Hayward on the front here, I know a fair few people who work at Glasgow now. Never met Mike, never spoken to Mike. I actually don't know anyone who has. This guy, Mike, who approves their whiskies, might just be a little bit of a genius. There you go. Right, Summerton Club this month. This is an interesting one. So we've got the Summerton Raasay, and this is their Summerton Club exclusive. Sort of, at least anyway. This was like 50 quid. This is the thing. So for doing a bit of digging, it is exactly the same as the cask strength version that you can buy off the Isle of Raasay website right now. Kicker though, that's like 65 quid, which in my opinion is good value. I actually have a bottle of that down here on the shelf, just down there. You might just be able to see it, maybe not. Which I don't know what I'll do about review now, to be honest, because now I've got 2 bottles of it basically. But yeah, so this only cost me 50 quid, which is a bit of a bargain really if you think about it. So very happy to have that. Very happy. Sometimes people worry, especially Dan, who worries that he's going to be sending out whiskey that people have already got. But there's only two bottles of whiskey is only better than 1 bottle of whiskey, right? So I don't really care about that. Keeping going then. We've got the latest Kingsbarns, and this is their 2024 limited release, which I've already covered, fully matured in Oloroso casks, and I believe 8 years old. I want to say it's 8 years old, which is their oldest expression released to date. I think that they must have over 10-year-old whiskey by now, but very exciting nonetheless. So I think actually pretty good value, but again, I've done the video to that already, so please do go and check that out if you're interested in that. This has been a good month for new releases. I tell you what, I'm lucky enough to get sent some bottles, but when they're like brand new releases, that's really exciting. Especially something like this. This is the Port Charlotte. This is the SYC 01 2013, part of their cask exploration series. I actually had to make a clarification on this because when I did my research on the video, again, which is already out, links below, when I went on their website, there was only 3 other expressions available, so I thought this was the 3rd or the 4th. Turns out there was loads more, all with these different funky names, which is fine. They all mean something, but yeah, too many code words for me, so I got a bit lost in it. It's actually been like 7 or 8 releases now, which is pretty cool. SYC in this case is Syrah casks, red wine casks. And I've been saying, I mean, I said it on the review and I'll say it again now. I mean, this is 110 quid, something like that, which is very expensive. But god damn, it's good. Like, I mean, it is so good. So it sort of annoys me a little bit because I can't sit here and go, wow, it's not worth the money. Because it probably is worth the money. I mean, I couldn't spend it. I haven't got that sort of money knocking around. Most people I know haven't got that sort of money knocking around. But if you do, I think you're going to be happy with that. Finally then on the Whisky Ins, we've got the Henstone Old Dog Corn Whiskey. Now, if you'd been following me for a while, you'll know, I mean, I've covered a few Henstones in my time. Really good little distillery, doing things really in a really interesting way. They released, a couple of years ago now, they released an Old Dog corn liquor, made in the way of bourbon, but obviously isn't a bourbon because it's made in the UK. So they make it with a corn mash bill. There's other bits to it as well, which I'll get into when I do the actual review for this. And they've been doing it in a new American oak. So the last release was 1 year only, and it was like 38 quid. You can still get that bottle now. So when I saw this being released, and this is that same recipe but aged for 3 years, so now they can officially call it whiskey in this country, which is pretty cool. I had to buy it, so yeah, I jumped on there and I bought it. This was like, it's only a few quid more, it was like 42 quid or something like that. So yeah, I won't go into my thoughts about it just yet because I've only just got past the neck pour, but I'll be doing my review of that fairly soon, I reckon. We'll see. Let me know if you want to see this review sooner rather than later. Okay, that's my Whisky In. Let's move on to the Whisky Out. Again, a relatively short month, you know, as I've said on a previous couple of videos, my habits have been changing recently, so I've been killing a little bit less. But what tends to happen on my collection is that I tend to even out what I'm drinking across the collection. So sometimes there's an obvious bottle that's getting really low that needs to be killed, but I don't really have that right now. A lot of my bottles are basically about half full. But what that means is that probably next year, 2025, my Whisky Outs are going to go through the roof because a bunch of these bottles are going to get into the kill zone. They're going to get killed, and it's going to go back up to 4 or 5 bottles for each video. But yeah, let's get into it. Okay, first one then. One of mine, my Aberfeldy 6-year-old. Now, this is the last open bottle that I've got. I've got one more bottle sealed, and that's my number 1 bottle. So that's one more bottle gone from existence. I took this down to Woking. I went down to see some guys down there for a local whiskey club, and an amazing night. The invite was well received. But I took some of my own bottles down with me to let people have a little bit of an extra taste after the tasting. The other 2 survived, and this one didn't. So it's dead. So yeah, another bottle gone, but I'm glad that this was enjoyed at the last dying throes. It only had a little bit left in it anyway. So yeah, super happy about that. So that's probably going to be the last taste of that I have maybe ever, because my intention is to keep those number 1 bottles for as long as possible. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them yet. It might be a case of somebody deals with them when I die, but it also might be a case that I auction them off for charity or something later on down the line if I make it mega famous or something. But yeah, so my point is that I don't think I'm going to be cracking that bottle open for myself anytime soon. So a bit of a shame. I'm a bit sad about that, but never mind. I've got way more of my own releases to go, so no problem. Cracking on then. As seems to be the tradition around here, I tend to kill a Summerton release as a new one comes in. This is a fairly old one now. This is their Glasgow 1770 from 2021, the Christmas release 2021. So I think they did 2. They did a 2020 and a 2021. One of the 500 milliliter bottles, which was I didn't mind them back in the day, but now they've moved away from them anyway. But yeah, I've had this sat on my shelf for a good long while now, and I'm surprised it lasted so long. But with my recent business with Glasgow, I've got so many Glasgow bottles, it's unreal. Like, they've got their own cube up here, see up here. So I had to start emptying them out a little bit. No, they're gone. There you go. Finally then, this little wee nugget. Oh man, I was gutted to see this go. This is That Boutique Whiskey Company bourbon. It's a Kings County peated bourbon. 61.9%, 2 years old, which I actually thought was a bit of a deal. I can't remember exactly how much it was, but it wasn't... I mean, it was expensive for a half litre. I think it was like 50 odd quid, but oh my god, it was so good. but it got too low and I had to kill it, so it went. But yeah, obviously I've had this for a couple of years now, so you can go back and check my old video about that. Links in the description as always. And yeah, you should go and check that out, because that was an absolutely stunning whiskey, but it had to go. Dead. There we go. That's my Whisky In, Whisky Out for this month. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Hopefully you always enjoy these videos. I really like making these ones because it's cool to show what's coming in and what's coming out. We're getting very close to the end of the year now, so I'll be doing my large collection video probably in January. But yeah, as always, let me know in the comments below what your Whisky Ins and your Whisky Outs were this month. And, you know, hit like and all that jazz. And I'll see you again on videos coming soon. Cheers.